Hello, Leo. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship in the past with this individual. Could be a current relationship as well. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion of you, you could be dealing with somebody where you feel this connection and there's a whole lot of energy. However, no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. We have here ecstasy followed by doubt, pleasure, grief, responsibility, embracing the shadow, sensuality, order, and then we have beauty under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Leo, the connection that I have with you it is quite unique, but I feel this spiritual bliss. There's this happiness that exists inside of me, and it just stays there. It's there by default. There are certain things that have happened in this connection between you and I. And no matter where you are, no matter what you do, there's a part of me that feels that there's a spiritual connection with you. And I also feel that despite all of the wonderful things, the memories that we have had and the memories we could build, I actually do have doubts. Doubts because of the way I have been, the things I have done, and the things that I never did that I should have done. Now there's a lack of faith and a lack of trust in this connection. And there are doubts whether one should move on or one should stay. I doubt you would even want me in this connection. I do feel a lot of pleasure. Pleasure was huge, and spiritual pleasure I also felt. I really never talked to you about how I felt on the inside, but this connection that we have, it makes my soul feel alive. And it's like you're just inside of me, my veins, and I sometimes feel as if maybe you feel the same. This emotion, it runs deep. It's so deep that it affects me spiritually. And yet, I grieve. And now I'm suffering in silence, and I have this feeling of sadness, melancholy, remorse, regret. I feel guilty because of the things that I have said and done, and for the things that I never did that I should have done, for the words that I should have spoken, and yet I stayed silent. I regret my actions and the inactions. I regret so many things because now I feel that I'm losing you. I hold you high. You were that one light in the sky for me, but now there's darkness surrounding me. And I feel that that light that once burned bright inside of you is now fading. What do I regret the most? I regret not taking responsibility and being more responsible in this connection. Now I want to be a different person. I want to have more responsibility. I want to be that person who can take on these burdens on their shoulders. I want this. There's a part of me that feels so different. I don't feel as if I'm that person that you knew anymore. I feel as if I have changed. But it's hard to show this to you because there's so many things that have happened between us. You have seen that side of me that was very impulsive, compulsive, and aggressive. That side of me that now feels very awkward. There's a part of me not only that feels awkward, but the feelings are just simply uncomfortable. How am I supposed to talk? And how are you supposed to talk when there is this feeling of just being so uncomfortable and feeling awkward after what happened? There's no doubt I do feel this sense of sensuality, this feeling that I have. It is quite true. It feels to me as if you can just be there, standing there. You don't even have to seduce. You're just so alluring, sensually enticing. I feel a sensual connection with you. And with the sensuality, I feel pleasure with you. But you have seen a shadow side of me, a dark side that I'm not very proud of. And the way I treated you and the way I behaved with you. Now, I'm in the state of confusion. So many things have happened in this connection where I want to make a decision. I want to move forward, but I just don't know which way to go. Do I move forwards, backwards, left, or right? I am surrounded by clouds, and this for me creates confusion and a lack of direction. I find it difficult to move on. I find it difficult to see a path forward because it is completely covered up. For now, I stay still and I don't make a move. There's a lack of clarity, there's a lack of understanding, and there's some ignorance. Not knowing where I'm headed, where this connection is headed. But I also don't want to make a decision that might turn out to be a mistake, which is why I wait for the fog to lift, and one day I will see the road clearly, and then I can make my decision. Overall, I see you as somebody who is so beautiful. You are one with nature, and nature loves you. You have this radiance, this brilliance that comes from you. You are, to me, like the shining sun. And you have this way of showing me through the looking glass who I am. Who am I? When I see it, I don't like it, because I don't like what I see. I don't like my reflection. I don't like what I've done, and that is why I regret my actions. I want to take more responsibility, but things are very awkward right now. And because of this, I doubt that the connection might even work out. For now, I stay happy in this mindset where perhaps you and I can be together one day. It's a fantasy. But I can definitely say that part of me that truly appreciates you is the spiritual part. For me, being in this connection in a spiritual way means a lot. You mean a lot. All right. Leo. There's a lot going on here, a lot of sad feelings, a lot of remorse, regret. Somebody here did not take responsibility. They should have been more responsible, but it's almost as if they were irresponsible, inconsistent, unreliable. I'm seeing the word unreliable. So if you're wondering, why isn't this person talking to you? It's honestly because a part of them feels guilty. They actually feel guilty. And there's one thing here that I'm seeing. They do feel extremely, extremely attracted to you physically. We have here sensuality, we have pleasure, and we have beauty. This all tends to deal with the physical, right? Beauty, they're looking at you from outside. We're also having here pleasure, the feeling of it, right? And sensuality, again, that's another feeling. So there is a lot of desire here. But I also see a lot of regret for someone who's taken action and they realize that they should have been a bit more of a grown-up and taken responsibility. All right, let's have a look at another deck, the Lover's Path Tarot. So for those of you who are new, this deck that I just read, this is the current status situation of your person of interest. Here with this deck, I'd like to have a look at what happened in this connection in the first place that caused the problem. Wow. Talk about being overwhelmed. So this is for those of you that needed closure and you never really received closure. You're just wondering whatever happened in this connection. Now, here I have the 6 of Coins and the 9 of Staffs. This deck I do read in the reverse, and I also read this a little bit back in time to see what happened in this connection that happened. To see what happened in this connection where things were once fine, but then all of a sudden they just kind of went downhill. So what happened there? Here, this is for those of you that may never have received any closure. You never received that sort of feeling of respect. I'm getting respect. Like this person just I'm getting the word abandoned. So for some of you, this person abandoned you and you felt that you deserved more. You deserved more respect. For others of you, this person could have just simply ghosted you. The communication between the both of you, texts I'm seeing, could be quite less now. So basically, why did this person exit in a way? Hopefully this will provide you with a little bit of understanding. 6 of Coins and 9 of Staffs. Let's have a look. The 6 of Coins, and I'll be reading this in the reverse, talks about a lack of generosity, not really wanting to help others, not believing in charity, and not really believing in fortune. Your person of interest did not believe in the power of appreciation. They stopped trusting in the prosperity of the universe. They did not want to help those who were less fortunate at some point in time. They were using wealth or any sort of means that they could have to manipulate others. They were manipulative. They were giving people, or you, with expectations. So as soon as they would give you something, they would only give it because they were expecting something in return. Now, this is a problem because in relationships, it should be selfless. Selfless love, right? You give without expecting. You give just because you love them, right? Here, your person of interest was a little bit of a clever individual, but it wasn't even clever. It was just them being very selfish. That's the key word here, selfishness. Resenting those who need help. This was somebody who was always thinking about themselves. They were not wanting to think out of the box. They were not wanting to be there in the way that you needed them. I'm seeing this person. It's like a me attitude. It's all about me. This has to be for me. That has to be for me. The circumstances have to be according to what I want. It's very much about this person. Now, it's very difficult dealing with somebody like that. For some of you, I don't know. It's going to be difficult even going forward because these are characteristics and traits that are built over time and they become part of an individual's personality. And that's what I'm seeing here. This person's personality is like this. They're finding it difficult to change because they don't think they need to change. They think they are perfectly fine. However, you did have a few cards that indicate that there are struggles, there are problems here, right? It's always me. And yet you had the responsibility card. They were never responsible. They never took responsibility. So this is an issue. We also had the order and chaos card before, which is just the order card. A lack of direction because of so much going on around, that thick fog. Now this similarly, it reminds me of this particular card and this feeling because it talks about not being able to go forward because they're just thinking about themselves. You see, they're not taking a leap of faith. If there was actual, real old-fashioned love, people wouldn't care. They would still take the leap of faith even if they can't see what's in front of them, right? That's old-fashioned love. This person is being extremely cautious, which is kind of okay, but it's a little bit to an extreme, to the point where it's just all about them. And when everything works out for them during their schedule, during their time, that's when they're going to move forward. So you're dealing with somebody here who is quite manipulative. Money was a little bit of a thing on their mind. They were kind of stingy. They did not want to help other people. Now, this is a very general love, it's a general love reading, right? So this is not going to resonate for everybody. This particular card, it's very targeted. We also have here more of a generic card, the 9 of Staves. So I do see here, a lot of struggles were starting off, but then they wanted to take back a few things, make sure that they can actually handle certain things that come, but they were still very overwhelmed. So with this card, yes, they have a lot of staffs. Some could have been taken away. The responsibilities, the burdens could have been taken away, but they were not able to do that. They were not able to do that then, but they're now thinking about it because this is not the 10 of staffs. You didn't get that sort of a card in the beginning either. But here, back in the day, this is how this person was feeling, that they are starting to get overwhelmed and they were not used to this sort of lifestyle. And therefore they needed to change. We have here 9 of Staves. There you have it. The word, first key words, it says responsibility. And that's exactly what you had right here. Responsibility. Now in the reverse, this talks about a lack of responsibility. Not really wanting to work. Feeling overwhelmed by work and need time for a break. Denial of responsibilities. Wow, that's the key word of this entire reading. So, whereas before you had this issue, this person did not want to take responsibility. Wow, have things ever changed? You literally had the card called responsibility. So things have changed. That's really good, thank God. Thank God. Because the worst is when somebody is the same back then and they're still the same now. there's no progress, right? But here, there is progress. That is huge. That is really big. That means that this person has realized that certain things that they have done, it was really, really bad. Which means they want to be a better person. Wow. I flipped right up. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. There you have it. 10 of Wands. Not everything is gone. There's still a little bit of burden here and there. Interesting. Other people are in the mix as well. Other people might be causing fights and arguments in this connection. We have here the Two of Cups. So with the Two of Cups, it talks about how in this connection, your person of interest, they want a sense of forgiveness. They want to ask for forgiveness. They want to offer you a cup of love. They want to be your friend, your best friend. This could be a connection that is just simply friendship that turns to love, or it could be straight on love. Whatever it is, it's very gentle, very soft. It's a very beautiful sort of connection. And it is important to note that this is an offer that is coming to you. Now, why is it coming to you? Because of the World card. This person wants to close the gap physically and emotionally. They do not like being far away from you any longer. They don't want that. Now, like I said before, they want that sense of responsibility. They want to be that person who you can rely on, who you can count on. We have here with the World card, it talks about how in this connection, not only does this person want to close the gap emotionally and physically, you guys could literally be in the same home, and yet you are not talking to each other. That person wants to now close that gap. Let's talk. Let's have fun. And for some of you who are literally far away from this person physically in different locations, they want to close that gap. For others of you, this could simply also just indicate that there's differences between the both of you. You're both like worlds apart. I'm getting the words rituals are different, customs. This is, regarding your background as well, racial, ethnic background, could be from different locations. That, I see. That might be a problem because it's very burdensome. Some of you may be coming from a certain culture where you're not supposed to be dating but you're not supposed to be dating or committing to somebody from a different sort of sect, I would say. Somebody that is from a different religion, somebody that is from a different ethnic background. So there is a problem here, and I actually see that problem coming from other people. People are talking, people are creating problems. Here we have jealousy, there's arguments, there's disagreements, and it is all about what other people feel, their opinion. They are dropping their opinion down onto this particular connection that you guys have, and unfortunately they have an influence. They're influencing this individual. That's a tough one, guys. There's a few things here. Like, if you are coming from a different culture or background, I know there will be other people that are going to be in the mix, your society, your friends, your family. They will be telling you, no, this is not the right person for you. That's the right person for you, not this one. And then there's some of you where you may be just talking. You might not have any obstacles, but then you have friends or you have family. Some people are just simply jealous, right? Whatever it is, I am seeing here that people are talking, gossiping, and they are trying to destroy the both of you on some level. Now, back again with this card now, remember first we had the 9, now we have the 10. So there was the 9 of Wands, now there's the 10 of Wands. Before it was called Staffs in the other one, in the other deck. The 10 of Wands. There is going to be a time when your person of interest is going to be extremely overwhelmed. And they're going to find it difficult to even move on. This is a problem, and this should be looked into before, because all of those staffs, with the 9 of staffs, things can be canceled. Certain responsibilities can be put to the side. Your person of interest here in the coming days does appear to be extremely overwhelmed. They don't know how to handle certain situations because it's just too much for them. There's too much responsibility, too many burdens on their shoulders. And I just see this person struggling. And yet, through all of that chaos, they are still trying to reach out to you and provide you with a solid offer. So it's funny the way this is turning out. It does appear that other people may have an issue in this connection, but your person of interest is the one who truly wants it to happen. I definitely see, at the very least, 2 cards here that talk about an actual offer. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now this is more of a solid offer. This could be something like, let's move in together, let's buy something together, but something that's very tangible, right? And realistic. Now, this is interesting because it is tangible. Before, your person of interest seemed to have been very stingy in terms of money or even wealth or even whatever they have. They might not be buying things, but whatever they have, they're being a bit difficult in terms of sharing that. So I do see something happening here regarding struggle in resources, but I also see other people causing problems. I do see other people causing problems because some people think that the both of you are just too different from one another. And so it's easier to just keep separate rather than being together. But this is the other people's opinions. We don't want their opinions. We don't want that. We don't care. They're not going to be the ones who, like 20, 30, 40 years down the road, who's going to be with this person. Who knows? They might be long gone. Who knows what their life is like, right? Like, God bless everybody, but you can't be listening to people like that because you will regret it for the rest of your life. And even if you try, and if it doesn't work out, at least you know you tried. It's very important to try. That's my advice. Do what you need to do in order to stay safe. If you feel that your entire family is going to boycott you, that's totally up to you. You want to do that? You're going to be risking a lot, right? But it is important to understand that certain people do say certain things for a certain reason. If it's tradition, I totally understand that. But then you have those odd people that are just simply jealous and they do not want you to be together. All right. Just going to do a quick prayer. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Helpful people get more information from people that are helpful. Very nice. Okay, honestly, it's a win-win situation. I really like it. It's very good. You have here a card, because you have been through so much with this person, like a roller coaster ride. They are saying here that you are ready. What are you ready for? You're ready to tackle on anything that is going to happen emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So you are ready because you have been through a lot already. I've just said that word so many times. We also have here, look for a sign. Now this could be signs and synchronicities. This could be this person even wanting to reach out to you. Sometimes somebody may just give you a very small, tiny message, and they're intimidated and they're afraid of reaching out to you. So do understand that when somebody does that, it's because they're trying to grab your attention, right? They may not write an entire sentence, but they may write a few words. Yes, it is upsetting because you think this is what you have to say after all this time. That's what you write. The reason why they do that, it's because you had so many cards there that talked about that grief, right? Then you had the confusion, the lack of clarity. I mean, then you have not really taking responsibility and now wanting to take responsibility. So this person too, mentally and emotionally, they have noticed a few things about themselves and now they realize that, you know what? It's time for me to change. That's good. So do look for a sign that may come to you. Take it as a positive sign, and then you can move forward. Here we also have the card forgiveness. Now this is interesting because we just had the Two of Cups. So I do see here for sure forgiveness is key. Once somebody here forgives the other, it'll be smooth sailing. It will be a bit more easier than it was before. Things will start to get better. But they're also saying after an individual in this connection forgives, it is important also to let go. Let go of that grudge. The easiest way of forgiving somebody is by having compassion for them and almost feeling sorry for them. They didn't know what they were doing. They were literally being influenced by others. Why were they being influenced? Because they were naive. They were not wise. Clearly, this person was not they were not wise because they're listening to others. They're getting influenced by others, and they were the one originally thinking that they could manipulate everybody. Didn't work out that way. So forgiveness is important, just like you had here, the Two of Cups card. That talks about forgiveness between two people, and then after that following is love. Now, we also have let go. Let go here, not only does it talk about let go of those issues that, that are holding you back, but also let go of any sort of chasing that you might be doing. If you are the one texting, if you're the one calling, if you're the one checking up on this person, it's best for you to take a step back and don't do that. You focus on yourself right now and let this person come to you when they are ready to do so. We also have here in the near future, so while you let go and you're going to be focusing on yourself, this person is going to be changing their perspective on life and they're going to be merging and transforming into someone who's better, a better version of themselves. In the meantime, in the near future, they are saying here, get more information. So get more information here means that there is a lack of information that exists. There is something that you are unaware of, either regarding this person or regarding the situation. But when you have people around you who are helpful, people that you trust, that you can count on, that you can rely on, when you have these sort of helpful people, it will be easy for you to get positive and good information from these helpful people. Whenever they give you this piece of information, things are going to start to fit. Everything's going to start to make sense for you. And it's very important that you follow this advice and do talk to a few people, just maybe family or friends, 2, 3, not more than that, people that have had good experience in relationships that can actually give you positive and good advice, a realistic advice, right? Because there's something that's going to happen where you are going to understand something from a very different perspective. Now, helpful people, it does talk about actual people, but helpful people can also be individuals that have written books or have made videos on a relationship-related advice and such things. So it could also be you getting information from other sources. We also have here one of the best cards, I would say, big happy changes. The overall arching theme, the entire reading. There's going to be changes. They're going to be big, and you're going to be happy about it. So this does mean that things are going to progress forward in a very positive way. It's just that it's going to take some time because we have here forgiveness. That takes time as well. All that hurt, all that pain that has to be put to the side. Letting go, even letting go is a process. And then, of course, like it says here, in the near future, get more information from helpful people. Leo, that is your reading. What I'm going to do is add in a bonus for you. And this is a message from the angels for the upcoming year. Let's see. I have here Doreen Virtue's Archangel Therapy cards. All right, let's see. Okay. What do you need to know? There you have it. just going to look for another card as well. Typically I was finding one. Aha. Okay, wow. This is really jam-packed now. Past life issues. I do past life readings for some of you if you want to find out what those issues were. Some of them may be issues, some of it might not be. Not all the time are there issues in past life readings. Some people just love each other so much they want to be again in this lifetime together. It's not always the case where things just went wrong. Here we have base chakra. This is really very important. So this message is actually really important. This coming year, okay, and going forward, choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, your career, and your finances, as your words determine your outcome. Now, how does that happen? Words have energy. Words have power. They have influence. You can't see it, but that energy transforms and manifests itself into something either negative or positive. So only use positive words to describe yourself, your situation, everything that you have, everything that you are. Always be positive about it. And then we have a very interesting card, past life issue. All right. With the Two of Cups card, that is also a past life feeling that one may get, that one is, for example, a soulmate. One may feel that there is a past life connection there. We have here, this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. Now, of course, many of you will not be able to remember. That's why you have me, because I do past life readings in case you want to find out what happened on a spiritual level, whether it is a past life or a future life. Many of you know that I've also done future life readings. I don't do it thinking that I'm going to do it. It just happens when I get the order. It turns out that no, they don't have a past life. In fact, they have a lifetime that's scheduled 200 or 400, 500 years from now. So those readings are very difficult for me because I don't even know what I'm looking at because the technology's changed. But they're really interesting. The common denominator there is the soul. Your soul and their soul is still the same. It's still the same. The emotions, feelings, and instincts are the things that come through. So there is that knowingness. You guys know each other. So not all the time is it a past life reading. It could be a future life, and not all the time are you guys humans. 2% of the time I've done some readings where it's not a person I'm dealing with. The soul travels through many beings, okay, across, at least the ones I've done are within the galaxy. But like I said, out of the so many readings that I've done, only maybe 2% are the anomalies, which is not a human. However, within that being, there is that soul. And what I talk about is what the soul feels for the other soul. It's a being itself. Here we also have Archangel Michael. You are working very closely with this powerful archangel who is protecting and guiding you through this situation. Archangel is there to protect, okay? This means, and this shows me, that you have some people out there who are very nasty and they're causing you harm, either emotionally, they're manipulating you. I'm seeing the word manipulating, confusion. They're creating confusion in your life. They may be creating like miscommunication, misinterpreted. I'm getting the word. So there's something going on here, and it's not just you, but other people are involved, and there may be a little bit of friction on I'm getting the word like whose jurisdiction. So people really are possessive over you. Some people, Leo, they really care for you genuinely, and that's fine. But then there's some people that act as if they care, and they're doing nasty things. They're just being very nasty. They're not being genuine. What I'd like for you to do, some of you, if you do feel that there's any sort of negativity around you, negative energy, I have packages for that. I have the Chakra Checkup package, which you get a personalized reading. I tell you what you have in your home, around your aura, and inside of your chakra centers, which is inside of your body, how many negative energies you have and how to get rid of them. That's a personalized reading, but for generic, I do have the Holy Light package. And because Archangel Michael has come up here, I would recommend that you also have a look at those two, and you can just purchase one of them because I know the Holy Light package is included in the chakra checkup. So there's no need to buy both of them. You just have to buy one if you want. You could just buy the basic package, which is the Holy Light package. That's a self-help guide. But with the chakra checkup package, I give you an actual reading and I tell you what you have, how many you have, and you still get rid of it. But I would recommend either or, simply because it's very important to get rid of negative energies. You cannot manifest certain things in your life if you have negative energies that are blocking the roadway towards you. I basically teach you how to get rid of these things, and naturally, by default, you will have goodness that will come into your life. Whatever's written in your book of life, whatever's owed to you in your book of life, it'll come to you. Whatever's owed to you karmically will come to you. Leo, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I know for sure this person once upon a time was not very responsible, but going along the road, whatever they've gone through, in the future, I do see them wanting to be more responsible, being that adult that they should have been. I'm getting the word reliable. They also want you to rely on them. So I do see positive change. It's just that it's going to take a little bit of time. And in the meantime, like it said, let go, focus on yourself, start working on whatever sort of information that may come to you, whatever happens. It'll make sense to you when the time is right. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. You all take care, stay safe, and please also check out my channel, Asnointia Audio. I do have some videos there for those of you who are new. I have some videos on relationship-related advice, past life and spiritual connections. Also one I have on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove. All right. You all take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.